A pattern of corruption spanning years. Prosecutors say unsuspecting users were targeted here in Northeast Ohio.
And now the masterminds behind the alleged scheme are behind bars. First at 4, Katie Tursik reveals new details on this massive bust.
Today, Cuyahoga County Prosecutor Michael O'Malley announcing criminal charges against 3 men and a business. Prosecutors say the men illegally owned and operated cryptocurrency kiosks with a scheme lined in their pockets. A coordinated effort among dozens of agencies to arrest Sonny Marabon, owner of S&P Solutions, Reza Marabon, and William Soriano. More than 50 Bitcoin of America kiosks confiscated from Lorain and Cuyahoga counties. Now the prosecutor urging people to avoid using Bitcoin of America ATMs.
The public should be aware when they're using these Bitcoin of America machines that, first of all, they're unlicensed in the state of Ohio. Second of all, that there's going to be a 20% fee for every transaction.
Scammers often use these machines to target our most vulnerable population, the elderly.
So we see a constant with these robocalls with people calling the elderly to try to convince them that somebody's in trouble, something's wrong, and that they need to save, whether it's their grandchild, their loved one.
The 3 men will be arraigned later this month. In Cuyahoga County, Katie Tursik, 19 News.